You don't gotta go home, but you can't stay here. And no, I don't wanna be alone.
Hey there, YouTube. This is Cine for Cine Reviews, and today I'm going to be talking about Siege of Jadotville. This movie is based on a real event that happened in the former Belgian Congo in a mining town called Jadotville. And what this also stars Mark Strong and the actor who played Mr. Gray in 50 Shades of Grey. Now, Belgian troops were supposed to be leaving the Congo as it was transitioning to self-rule, and these Irish soldiers were sent there to protect the miners of Jadotville under the United Nations. And as soon as they got there, their commanding officer was like, oh, well, this is really not very defensible. So he started having men dig trenches and get ready, because he figured we're better to have a defensive position. If you don't need it, then and need it and don't have it. So I'm watching the film, and it's very competently made. Decent acting, and I was sitting here after I had watched it. It's been a little over 2 weeks, and when you get into that mode of analysis paralysis, and you're like, what do I really say about this film? And just from a technical standpoint, it was fine. It was well made, and I was sitting there thinking, oh, well, what am I missing? Why is this film just doesn't grab me? And I think all across the board, what I figured out was it's very surface level. You don't really get to know any of the characters. They show you just minor glimpses into the commander played by Mr. Gray. You get to see the opposition mercenary force led by some French mercenaries, and they have this minor meeting at this bar, and it was just very, very bland. I would have thought it would be a little more interesting if they would have had like a drinking competition. It was like the French versus the Irish, and the French just drinking their stuff, and the Irish basically outdrink them, and that would have been had a bit of humor, a little bit more depth, even if it wasn't accurate. So what happens is they're fighting to protect the miners over several days, and they're asking for relief, and they're basically told, just hold up, you'll be fine. And then when they finally do send a relief force, it's running into another section of the opposing forces. So it was 150 Irish versus estimates around 3,000 of the opposing forces, and then a branch of that had been sent to the bridge to stop the relief force from getting there, which they did. And eventually, spoilers, the Irish have to surrender because they end up running out of ammunition, so they can't really do anything. And they were supposed to get relief supplies via helicopter. The water was brought in, but they had used gas containers, so they couldn't drink any of the water either. So they were pretty much out of options. And then the Irish government basically swept everything under the rug because there was a mess up which seemed to have sparked off the siege. And it was another operation, and the people that were in Jadotville were not informed, or well, I should say the UN peacekeepers were not informed of what was going on. And you understand kind of why well, I can understand why they were attacking these guys, because other UN uh, peace, supposedly peacekeepers were attacking uh, this other location to try and get rid of certain people. So overall, I'd give it a C. I mean, there's nothing spectacular about it, but it's not a horrible made movie. It's just very, very not, I should say, not very deep. That's a better way to say it. So if you like this review, go ahead and throw a comment down there. Hit that like button. Uh, subscribe. Hit that bell notification. You get notified when I upload more content. And I will see you later.